Struggling with personal power? Wondering where you have to go to get some? Interested in how you can deepen your connection to the divine? I know these are a few questions you've been asking yourself, and you're in the right place. I'm Jacqueline Hopper. I'm a psychic empowerment coach, energy healer, and best-selling author. I help people from all walks of life connect to their spiritual self and support them in expanding their relationship with the universe. I support spiritual entrepreneurs who desire thriving businesses that make the money and impact they wish to make. This podcast combines everything I've learned during my own spiritual journey and my time working with hundreds of clients. It's my love letter to anyone who's yearning to harness the power that they have. Welcome to the Sovereign Soul with Jacqueline Hopper. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, everyone. How are you? I know I am so excited to be talking to you today about your inner being, your higher self. The topic on tap for today's episode is going to blow your mind. If you are new to the spiritual journey, the spiritual unfolding, the spiritual concepts, the spiritual anythings, it is going to be amazing. I'm hoping, my intention is, of course, as I set them for you each and every episode, my intention is that this is something you walk away feeling empowered by. If you are not new to this, perhaps this may serve you as a refresher. Maybe this is your opportunity to just kind of bring yourself back to the beginning where it all began. Or perhaps this was a concept that you learned in the middle of your spiritual journey. Mind you, we start with this questioning of what this life is seriously intended for. Like, what the hell am I doing here? And why is it showing itself to me in the way that it is? Why is life like this? What's the purpose? What's the secret? Or if you're like me, you had this dark night where you thought the world was ending, Chicken Little. The sky is falling. Nothing's ever going to work. Why am I feeling like I'm pushing everything? Where is this so-called quote-unquote God that's supposed to be helping me through this fiasco? Are you seriously sitting up there laughing at me right now? I write about this in my book, Becoming. Are you laughing at me? Do you find this funny? When you're done using me as a punching bag, I would prefer things went like this. If you're remembering for the first time in a long time that you are a spirit in a body, this episode's going to be for you. I'm really excited about it. So here's what I want to say. There's more of you in a spiritual essence than there is you in a physical body. For those of you listening to my voice, I want you to close your eyes for a moment. I want you to envision that someone asks you where you are. Somebody said, "Where's Jackie?" I and most people would point to my heart space. I'm Jackie. I'm right here. Here's me. Okay? If we cracked that space of you open, what would we find? Well, in the physical body, we would find, your rib cage, and we'd go a little bit further and we'd find your lungs. And we go a little bit further, we'd find your heart. But if we dig, you do not find Jackie. You don't find her. She's an invisible spirit, an essence, a form. There's more of that present in and around you than there is a little bit of you in a body. And I want that to bring comfort. Because when it comes to manifesting, we don't want to just manifest with this little ounce of spirit we have within a body. We want to manifest with, our whole being. And some of us, most of us, 90% of us is in spirit form. And we refer to that as the higher self or the inner being. And it's through intuition that our higher self or our inner being communicates with us. Now, for you, for those of you who are working with intuition, sometimes it's a voice, sometimes it's a feeling. Often we hear it referred to as that gut sensation. I should have listened to my gut, meaning I should have listened to my intuition when it told me this wasn't going to be for me, or that person wasn't going to be the best for me, or that food choice wasn't going to do me good. I should have listened to my intuition. I should have listened to my gut. Well, our inner being has way more access. And I should say, no attachment to an ego that is creating illusions of fear, creating illusions of anxiety, creating illusions of restriction or limitation. The inner being knows why you are here, knows what you're supposed to be doing, knows, and is deeply connected to your purpose. So many starting out might go, I don't have a purpose here. I don't think I have a purpose. Or I have a purpose. It's just not this big, huge, monumental thing. Everyone has a purpose. You would not be in physical form if you didn't have a purpose. You have a purpose to fulfill here. And it is your unique purpose, your uniqueness being here, being a very magical occurrence. Because if you think about it, there's not another you. There's not another body that is yours. There is not another, story that is like yours. You are so unique right down to your story. The universe, step out for a second and take a peek. The universe created billions of bodies. None are the same. Billions of stories. None are the same. They might resemble each other, but they're not the same. Millions of purposes and life paths and opportunities, none in which are the same. If the universe is that grand and yet that precise, what on earth makes you think that your request to manifest millions, or your request to manifest fame, or your request to lose weight, or your request to bring in a partner is difficult in any way, shape, or form? It's not. I promise you, it's not. And you have an inner being that's guiding you the whole time towards the things that your heart desires, the things your spirit wants to accomplish, the things your spirit wants to achieve while you're in physical form. The purpose to the life's experience is contrast. We came here to learn lessons. We came here to have parents that would raise us a sort of way, to step into education that would guide us towards a career of our choosing, and then, of course, to meet a partner, perhaps start a family, perhaps struggle with starting a family, perhaps desire not to have children, whatever the case may be. It's going to be super unique to each and every one of us, but the purpose to life is to learn lessons, and to do so living through contrast. What would contrast be? Anything that's not like spirit. My belief, hashtag Jackie's opinion, my opinion, is that source, God, goddess, universal intelligence, the universe, divine, it's made up of the energy of love. That's it. Pure positive love. And anything that doesn't jive with love, anything that does not align with it, is often what we recognize as contrast. If I'm God in a body, and I believe myself to be, I believe you to be as well, your essence is connected to the universe. You are the universe in a physical body. Your inner being is way more connected to source at a bigger quantity, if you want to call it that. But you are always never, ever, ever, never, ever separated from source. Never, ever separated from God. You are God. You are made in God's image, the Bible tells you, because you're an extension of that source in a body. And so anything that the universe can create, you so too can create. Anything that you can desire, the universe is working on your behalf to achieve. And it's through contrast that we get to know the things we want, get to learn the lessons. Why would we come here to learn a lesson? What would the purpose for my soul saying, hey, I'm going to go forth in this time, space, this reality, as Jacqueline Hopper, or Jacqueline Jones would be, again, Jacqueline Hopper. Why would my soul want me to do that? Because when I learn, I expand. I expand in understanding. I expand in growth. But I also expand the universe. That's why there's no end to the universe, friend. Because each of us learning our experiences are expanding the souls, and the souls are linked to the universe, and the universe is ever expanding through its lessons and its learning and its experiencing of these life's experiences that are known as ours. Woo! Hallelujah. Sometimes I think I need an applause here. Thank you. Just to kind of keep up with myself. I mean, good gracious. It's a lot of communication at the same time coming through and pouring through and trying to get to you, and all these blocks of thoughts that I really, really, really want to portray to help you recognize And at the end of this, see that you are such a powerful being, huge, magnificent, mighty, completely not incapable, completely worthy, totally deserving everything that you could possibly set your mind or heart on. You can have it, you can be it, you can do it, you can achieve it. I promise you this. When you remember who you are a spirit in a body, and you are connected to the greatest thing ever known, the universe. It works through you. It communicates through you. It wants for you what you want for yourself. If you want to learn lessons, then you're going to learn lessons. It's going to want for you what you want for yourself. But if you desire to live the most magnificent life that you possibly can imagine for yourself, you're guaranteed, friend, guaranteed to be granted full access to it. The universe is going to support you every single step of the way. But see, when we shot down from the universe and gobbled up these human bodies, we entered into free will. And free will says we get to choose. We get to choose if we focus on negativity. We get to choose if we focus on positivity. Our inner being, that pure spirit essence, the soul wants for you to only focus on the positive stuff, but knows that there's going to be times when the negative creeps in. And that's going to be just as valuable as the positive, because you learn through the negative experiences, those that cause us stress or pressure, overwhelm, fear, or anxiety. Your inner being knows it's going to grow exponentially because you're here, feeling things in a different way, sensing things in a different way, connecting to others in a different way. You're just pure positive love on the other side. But damn it if we don't miss it once we're in a body, wondering what in the world is going on down here. What in the world did I sign up for? I have it made on the spiritual side, totally made. Why would I come to a body to experience things like loss or lack or, grief? These are heavy, heavy, heavy emotions that brave souls came forth to experience to some level or another so that they could learn and expand. And it's a blessing. It really is that, those around us are experiencing their journey the way that they are, because that means that if they're experiencing it, I can experience my own unique journey. They're expanding. And when they expand, I expand. When I expand, they expand. Here comes the oneness, the the universe, the one verse that is existent. We're here together. We're here together because as we expand individually, we expand collectively as well. So let's bring it back to the inner being. The inner being lies within your solar plexus, as we say in the energy centers, which is right there in your stomach area. And when you bring your hand to your belly, you feel that warmth, feel that tingle, energy expands. When we are following our happy, we are staying in our power. When we are following things that cause us anything other than happy, oftentimes we give away our power. And that power is choice. The power is discernment. It is the opportunity to either connect to things that please me or connect to things that create a little bit of resistance or unease within me. The inner being knows your lessons, is connected to your purpose, gives you answers when you're in need of them, supports you in connecting and manifesting the things that you want to make this life easier, to make this life more magnificent. You are a co-creative being. You're here to create all the time. You receive that brand new car, continue creating. There's no such thing as greed. Greed is an ego illusion that there's somehow a limit to anything, and there isn't. The universe is infinite. Everything that you could possibly desire is infinite. Whether you choose to get caught up in that or not, here you go, personal power. Bring it back to the belly. But you're here to create constantly. You're creating experiences for you. You're creating experiences for the collective. Your achieving of something means that others can achieve it as well. The magnificent downloads that people get, such as, the telephone and electricity and the Apple iPhones and the Yeti mics that allow me to talk to you. Like, these things support the greater humanity, the greater collective. And these aren't just something that someone thought up in their basement one day, although they might say that. These are ideas and gifts that the universe allowed us to tap into, to create for ourselves here, to expand the experience here on Earth, to upgrade the classroom called Earth. You are always, always receiving transmission from your spirit guides, from the angels, from Source, and you can strengthen the connection that you have through your inner being. You connect and strengthen the connection you have to your inner being by meditating, by journaling, by doing self-care. You connect to the inner being by listening and not participating in the things you don't want to participate in, by not going into experiences that create fear, but more so experiences that create joy. Your inner being is there always, has a bird's eye view on where you're headed, and can see far beyond the tunnel or the nose. Guides you all the time, only focused on your well-being and your highest good. So what you want to manifest, he or she wants for you as well. You see, so how does this connect to gratitude? And how does this connect to manifestation? Well, when we feel feelings of gratitude, we are way more connected to our inner being. When we're connected to our inner being, we are powerful when it comes to manifestation. And next week, when we get back together, I'm going to be having an amazing friend. Her name is Christina Aroche. She is the Archangel Channel. She's my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful best friend. And she's going to talk to you about the angelic realm and how the angelic realm sees us and how the angelic realm connects with us and how through our inner being, through trusting ourselves, and through developing the communication we have with it, we also expand the communication we have, the ability to access around the universe. So I hope you stay tuned. I cannot wait to hear your feedback. I cannot wait to dive deeper. And I'm even more excited for the Ask Jackie segment. It's coming up right now. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and leave a review on Apple Podcasts. It makes it so much easier for others to find the show. Until next week, all my love.